Section 2.6 Part 3's video. In this video, we will continue to work some of the homework problems. This particular homework problem, we're looking at P sub t equals -6 minus the absolute value of 2t minus 8. And we're going to say P sub t equals -18. Is this value in the range? Yes or no? And what would t be? And then we'll look at another example. But the first things first is we've got to type this in. So let's go to our calculator. We go clear that out. We'll go y equals clear. Get back -6 minus that. Okay. -6 minus absolute values is math. Go over here and arrow over to number and hit that. Now, yours may come out, if you got an 83 or an older version of 84, it may come out and say ABS. That's absolute value, okay? Now, 2t minus 8, so that'd be 2x minus 8. Arrow out. There you go. Let's just make sure. Alright, so we need to see if -18 is in the range of this function. And if it doesn't, put D and E for do not exist. So let's just graph it. And you can see from my graph that it's not coming up, so I'm going to hit zoom 6. Alright, so we know it's down here, right? So we can do zoom 0. There we go. And we get a little bit better, right? And I can get zoom. Let me hit window. My Y max, I'm going to put it 10. Hit a graph again. That way we see, that it's predominantly in the third and fourth quadrants. I can see my X and Y axis clearly. Alright, so is -18 in it? Well, the easiest thing to do is just type -18 in Y2 and just hit graph. And we see that the range is, -18 is in the range, right? So, looking at the problem, is it in the range? Yeah. Okay. If it was no, you put D and E. But it's yes. We're going to have two answers, so we're going to go find them. So what we're going to do is I want to move my x's, or just my x's to, let's see, -8 to maybe 13. There we go. Hit graph again. There, that gives me a better, it kind of centered it up a little bit. So I need to find this intersection as well as that intersection. So second trace 5. I'm just going to move it down. There we go. Enter. I get -2. So one of my x's is -2, comma, and then let me go hit my second trace 5 and then move it over to the other side. There we go. Well, I don't want to be up on it. There you go. And that's at 10. So we know that it is at 2 and 10. All right. Now, they want us to do it again. Now we're going to look at our output at -3. So it's saying basically y is -3, x equals what, right? That's basically what it's saying when it says P sub t equals -3. It's function notation. So let's go back, and instead of -18, we're going to put -3. I'll hit delete there and then hit graph. And you can see that it does not touch the graph at all. Okay. So on this one, we can put D and E. Okay, so that's basically what we're doing on these problems. All right. So this one is the same thing. I'll graph it for you. I'll put the 10 and the negative 30. And then we'll work it. And let's do this one. Yeah, I want to do these two. So, all right. So let's go do this one. So we'll go y equals clear, clear. Go back up. Clear out my stuff. Okay, negative 6 minus 8. Negative 6 minus 8. Then the cube root is math, and you can see it right here, number 4. And what are we taking the cube root of? Just x, right? So put x, and there you go. Arrowed out. Now let's just hit graph. Man, okay, so there you go. We've got it pretty good. Well, let's just do this. Let's do not trace. Sorry, zoom 6. Well, let's do zoom. Now that we know it's in there, there we go. If we do zoom 6, it gets it in, and then zoom 0 would fit it. So there. We need to look and see if 10 and negative 30. So I'm going to do both of these at the same time. So I'm going to go y equals. I'm going to make this in 10 and this is negative 30. Red is 10, black is negative 30. And let me do this. Yeah, my y min is only coming out to negative 30, 23. So let's go negative 40 graph. And I know it doesn't cross it on the from negative infinity to 0. We'll come back and check it here in a second, but we'll grab this point right up here. Second trace 5. We'll go back up, get this where it's 10 real quick, and then we'll go check some things. Enter, 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 and that's at negative 8, right? So yes, that's at negative 8. Okay, is negative 30 in the range? Well, let's go. I'm going to open my X, so I'm going to go to Window, and I'm going to go to 100. I'm going to hit Graph, and then I'm going to hit, there we go. You can see it right there. So second trace, 5, and then go back up, close, enter, enter. Oh. No, I don't want that one. Second trace 5. May have to take enter. Arrow down, you can get it. There we go, arrow. It's better if you just do them one at a time. So 27. So this one's 27, right? Okay. Let's go look at this. They want us to use graphing use a graphing utility to graph the function of the given domain, x squared minus 8x for 3 to 8, including 3 and 8. You can estimate the range of the function, verify algebraically, state the and interval notation. Well, the domain ought to be, if we're going to look at this, it ought to be 3, 8 with brackets, right? Because it's including them. Now, we just got to find the range. Well, that's not as hard as what you think it is. We're going to do this. We're going to, you can type this inequality in, it just shows it, but I'm going to show you a quick little trick to do that, and it works pretty nice. So, x squared minus 8x. So let's kill all this stuff right here. Y equals clear, clear, clear. So I'm going x squared minus 8x X. I'm going to go in window 3 to 8. That's the trick. Okay, so it's only going to give me my X values from 3 to 8. And see, this said only look for 3 to 8. Let's go see what the graph is doing so we can find what the lowest point is and the highest point is. So if we go back and then we just hit graph, appears the lowest points here and the highest points up there. So what we can do is we can go second trace minimum, and we can very quickly be able to determine this. So I'm at 3.07 on my X, hit enter, and then I can hit a right mouse, which is way over here, right, and it'll give me my lowest spot. There we go. And it tells me my minimum is at 4 and it's negative 16. So the lowest point is negative 16, comma, what's my highest point? Well, it appears that over here at 8 is my highest point. So I can really go to a table and my highest point is 0. If you look right here, from negative 3 is 15, 16, 15, 12, and 8 is 0. So there you go. So that's how I would do that. So this concludes 2.6 part 3's video.